It was supposed to be a child's happiest memory. Balloons, laughter, music, and a birthday cake glowing with candles. But in less than 60 seconds, joy turned into terror, and a 2-year-old's birthday became one of the most disturbing mass shootings in recent California history. On Saturday evening, November 29, 2025, more than 100 friends and family gathered inside the Monkey Space Banquet Hall on Lucille Avenue in Stockton, California. Spanish music played softly as children ran between tables. Balloons bounced near the ceiling. A mother named Patrice Williams carried out a pink birthday cake for her 2-year-old daughter, candles flickering in the dim light. The room filled with cheers. Then came a sharp popping sound. At first, Patrice thought a balloon had burst. Then another pop, and another. But the rhythm was wrong. Too fast, too sharp. In the horrifying instant when realization struck, the celebration exploded into chaos. Those weren't balloons. They were gunshots. Just before 6 p.m., multiple shooters stormed the banquet hall and opened fire. At least 50 rounds were discharged from 5 different firearms. Bullets ripped through tables, walls, and bodies. Children screamed. Adults dove to the floor, shielding the youngest with their own bodies. Tables overturned. The birthday cake crashed to the ground, its pink frosting mixing with blood. There was nowhere to run. The shooters moved methodically through the hall, firing into the terrified crowd. When guests fled outside into the parking lot, the gunfire followed them. Cars were riddled with bullets, glass shattered. Some escaped. Others collapsed on the pavement. When the guns finally fell silent, the shooters disappeared into the night. What they left behind looked less like a birthday party and more like a war zone. 4 people were dead. 8-year-old Journey Rose Riotatar Guerrero had come dressed for a celebration. She was among the first pronounced dead. 8-year-old Maya Lupian had been playing with other children when the shooting began. Her life ended on the banquet hall floor. 14-year-old Amari Peterson had his future ahead of him. School, dreams, Christmas plans. His parents later said he should have been writing his Christmas list. Instead, they were planning his funeral. 21-year-old Susano Archuleta was shot in the neck and died from his injuries. His brother revealed that Susano's 9-year-old daughter was also shot in the head and somehow survived. 11 more people were wounded, some critically. Victims ranged from children to adults, all left with physical injuries and deep psychological trauma. One remained in critical condition days later. The 2-year-old birthday girl survived, physically unharmed. Emotionally, her life would never be the same. The next day, San Joaquin County Sheriff Patrick Withrow addressed the public. His anger was visible. "These animals walked in and shot children at a children's birthday party," he said, "and none of us should stand for that." Investigators soon revealed disturbing details. Shell casings confirmed at least 5 different guns were used. The attack began inside the hall and continued outside. Some weapons were later found on the roof of the building. This was not random. Sheriff Withrow confirmed the shooters were likely targeting someone specific, someone they knew would be at that party. This wasn't a mistake. It was a planned, coordinated attack carried out with complete disregard for innocent lives. Gang involvement became a central focus. Known gang members had attended the party. While 5 people were arrested later that night on unrelated gang and weapons charges, no one was immediately charged for the massacre itself. Officials stopped short of labeling it definitively gang-related, but the signs were impossible to ignore. In Stockton, gang violence often revolves around retaliation, respect, and revenge. And in that world, collateral damage doesn't matter. If your target is at a child's birthday party, you strike anyway. Children become casualties in a war they never chose. The community responded with grief and outrage. Vigils were held. Faith leaders prayed. Families demanded justice. Roscoe Brown, whose relatives were wounded, asks the question on everyone's mind. Who would do this to kids? A kids' party? That's senseless. Local leaders promised accountability. The district attorney pledged full resources. California's governor expressed heartbreak. Even internationally, the tragedy resonated. Nigerian artist Burna Boy offered to pay funeral costs for all 4 victims. But weeks passed, no arrests. As of mid-December, the shooters remained free. Over 50 tips were submitted. Federal agencies joined the investigation. Still, no answers. Today, the Monkey Space Banquet Hall stands empty. Bullet holes scar the walls. Children's toys remain scattered in the parking lot. Silent reminders of innocence shattered. For the survivors, every celebration now carries fear. Every balloon pop triggers memories of gunfire. Every birthday comes with trauma. A 2-year-old turned 2 that night. Her birthday photos will never show smiles and cake, only police tape and paramedics. And somewhere in Stockton, the people responsible for turning a child's birthday into a massacre are still out there, while a city waits for justice and 4 families mourn lives that should never have ended that night.